I just lived it. Ma'am. Ma'am, நான் live பண்ணிட்டேன் ma'am.
Brenda, you can share. Brenda?
Can I start?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Should I have to switch on my videos? Now, am I audible?
Yes, Brenda, you are.
Okay. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yeah, you can proceed.
A very good morning to all. I'm Brenda of second year BSc Chemistry. Pleasure to welcome you all at the 13th day of MGR Alumni Conclave 2021. I'm happy and honored to let you all know that Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute is in the path of a massive World Book of Records attempt. Declaration of MGR Alumni Conclave 2021, a massive World Book of Records attempt with 25 departments in 25 days with 25 alumni conclaves with 25,000 participants. It is a noteworthy mission approved and monitored by World Book of Records, WBR London. This is the mission to connect our present students with our alumni across all the domains, which would inspire and motivate them for a better future. Here, I request Dr. S. Valliamai, HOD of Chemistry Department, for welcoming address. Please take it over, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. A very good morning to one and all. On the outset, I feel very proud in welcoming the gathering. The Department of Chemistry and Physics jointly are organizing an event on MGR Alumni Conclave 2021. So this is an event which is conducted by 25 departments for 25 days with 25K participants in attempting the World Book of Record. Our conclave is on the day 13th of MGR Alumni Conclave 2021. The topic of the conclave is Travaganza towards Nano world. So in this context, among 250 alumni from both the departments, we have selected our alumni for doing research related to nano and working in the above field. We have invited 2 alumni from the Department of Chemistry and 2 alumni from Physics Department. Now first, I would like to welcome our Founder Chancellor and Honorable President, who always supports us to move towards the path of success. I also welcome our Vice Chancellor, Provost, Rector, and other higher officials of our university. I feel very delighted in welcoming our Joint Registrar, Mr. Prabhu, Dean Academics, Dr. A.R. Arunachalam, and Dean Administration, Dr. K. Sendil Kumar, who always stands beside us and supports us for the success of the program. We welcome you, sir. I feel very proud in welcoming Dr. L. Ramesh, Dean, Alumni Association, who have executed a wonderful plan in uniting all the alumni. I also take this opportunity in welcoming Dr. Kriba Devi, Deputy Dean, Alumni Association, and Dr. Raj Kumar, Alumni Officer, for entering hands towards the conclave journey. We welcome you, sir. I also welcome Dr. Kumari, HOD of Physics, who has helped us to join this event. I also welcome the staff, especially the coordinator, Dr. R. Nitya of Chemistry Department, and Dr. M. Swarnalatha of Physics Department, who toiled for the success of the program. I welcome you, ma'am. I also welcome the moderator, M. Sasikala of the Chemistry Department, for the Alumni Conclave. I welcome you, ma'am. I also welcome the staff of both the departments, Physics and Chemistry, who always supports the welfare of the students. A very special warm welcome for the superstars of today's program. Yes, it is none other than our alumni. They gave ready acceptance for today's conclave. We welcome you all. Last but not the least, I welcome my dear students for participating in this event. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. I think success of any institution can be measured by the contribution the alumni make to our national life. I welcome Mr. P. Rajkumar, alumni officer, to share his felicitation to our fellow alumni. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It is me great honor to present myself in this forum. We are very happy to inform that Dr. MGR Alumni Association has been registered void registration number SRG Chennai South 345 2021. And the MGR Alumni Association works with the motto of stay connected to share and care. I would like to summarize the outcome of Dr. MGR Ma Association with the alumni services and grievance addressal till date. We have supported the students around 155 numbers, and for events and other process, we have conducted around 87 all department events, and from Ma we have conducted 42 events. We have around 5 international alumni networks and 7 national networks. 2 alumni portals in which Alma Connect and Ma Connect are being won by Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute Alumni Association, in which around 26,000 alumni students are associated. And around 160 abroad students and 200 national students benefited through alumni service in collaboration with the Controller of Examinations and Register Office. And Ma has organized 3 Silver Jubilee reunions. Silver Jubilee reunions addressed to 25th year reunion, and 4 decennial reunion is till date, which has been for 10th year. Students who have completed the 10 years after MGR. And Ma has executed 75 university level alumni events and 400 department level alumni events. And it is I'm very happy to state this in this forum. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I hereby welcome Dr. A.R. Arunachalam, Academics Dean, Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute, Phase 2 campus, to felicitate our beloved alumni. Please take it over, sir.
Yeah, so very good morning to one and all connected here. So it's a great day. So we are in the day 13 of the MGR Alumni Conclave 2021, which is, today's event is jointly organized by Department of Chemistry and Physics. So to start with, we wholeheartedly thank our Honorable President, Sir, Dr. Engineer A.C. Sarun Kumar, sir, for his constant support, motivation, and encouragement towards conducting these kind of very important events, which is beneficial for students and other participants who are attending this program. So we wholeheartedly thank him for his kind approval and tremendous support rendered towards organizing these events. And I also thank the Dr. MGR Alumni Association, who has taken this wonderful effort of taking our university to the next level by registering this event through London World Book of Records. So this event has been approved and monitored by World Book of Records, so which is a massive event, as you all know. So 25 departments, 25 days, and 25 alumni conclaves, and 25K participants. So it's a mass event which has been targeted towards London World Book of Records. So at this moment of time, we'd like to thank Dr. L. Ramesh, sir, Joint Registrar of Events Activities, and who's also taking care of this alumni association, and Dr. Kripa Devi, ma'am, the Deputy Dean of this alumni, and Mr. Rajkumar, sir, who's alumni officer. So it's a whole team who's taking care of this wonderful 25-day event. And today we are in the day 13, which has been organized by Department of Chemistry and Physics. So first of all, I would like to appreciate the head of the departments of both these two departments, Dr. MBL Kumari, ma'am, who's a HOD of Physics department, and then Dr. L. Valliyame, ma'am, who's heading the chemistry department, along with other 2 alumni coordinators, who is from the faculty side, Dr. L. R. Nitya, and then Dr. N. Swarlanatha, ma'am, and the moderator of this particular event, Mrs. M. Sasikala, ma'am, who's assistant professor of the Department of Chemistry. So today, as you all know, this conclave title is Travaganza towards Nano World. So to talk about this, we have four people who have joined with us as speakers for this alumni conclave. So we are very much happy to see our students being a speaker of today's session, because normally we conduct a lot of events and we invite people from other industries, MNCs and other academic institutions. But today it's a great day and we feel privileged and honored to have our alumni students itself as speakers for this today's session. So I really thank all the four people, four alumni of Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute. I mean, two people from the chemistry department, Mr. Balaji R and Mr. Tulasi Raman E, who's from the chemistry department, and as well as we have two people from physics, that is Anita Raj and Mr. Anand Krishnan. So I mean, we have four people. Really, we are very happy that our students are have got placed in some very reputed institutions and doing some research and doing some great things. So really, I invite all the four people, four speakers, to share their knowledge towards this particular topic. So I think the topic is also very important uh, for the current scenario. I think nanotechnology, I think there are plenty of applications we can talk about, starting from the, I mean, the applications of nanotechnology has been wide range from healthcare to manufacturing. So I mean, different sectors, I mean, are making use of the nanotechnology. I think nanotechnology is playing an important role now. So I think that both the departments have chosen the right topic, which is the need for the hour, I could say. And also they have invited four people who are extremely related to that particular topic, who can share much more their experience, their knowledge with regards to this particular topic. And next, I would like to invite all our students, especially the students who are presently studying in the Department of Physics and Chemistry, and as well as the alumni students. No, I think the alumni students have also joined for this particular event to watch this event. So definitely, this session is going to be a value-added session. So really, I'm also looking forward. So I wish both the departments all the best, and I wish this event a grand success. And I also thank the MGR Alumni Association once again for taking this tremendous effort towards organizing this massive 25 days event. So I also thank both the departments and as well as the MGR Alumni Association for inviting me to talk a few words. So have a great session and have a great day too. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for taking your valuable time out for attending this event. An institution of higher education is a partnership among students and alumni, faculty and administrators, donors and trustees, neighborhoods, and more to build a community and a culture, said Ben Sisse. I request Alumni Coordinator Dr. R. Nitya, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, to have a few words on Alumni Conclave. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Brinda. A very good morning to one and all present here. MGR Alumni Conclave has been started to commemorate our founder chancellor's birthday. It is an event for 25 days consisting of 25 departments and 25 conclaves with 25,000 participants attempted to contribute to the World Book of Records. This event is a wonderful opportunity for our alumni to actively engage with their alma mater. We have taken a big step of getting the alumni united and connected to this event. This virtual conclave will serve as a platform to share their ideas and opinions. Further, this will induce the alumni to accelerate their endeavor. I hope you all will enjoy this session and actively participate to rejuvenate your vista of wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Alumni Coordinator Dr. Swarnalata, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, to share a few words about Alumni Conclave. Please take it over, ma'am.
Yes, a very good morning to one and all present here. I am feeling very happy to be part of 13th day of Alumni MGR Alumni Conclave event 2021. Alumni Meet is a great experience for both the institute and its alumni. Our esteemed institution is always very eager to reconnect to their alumni and has established this wonderful platform to stay with their contacts. Also, it's a tradition to show that the institute has not forgotten their graduated students. During this pandemic situation, this conclave event conducted through online is a nice experience. It's a great inspiration for our present students. Now we are eagerly waiting for the presentation of alumni of the Department of Physics and Department of Chemistry on Travaganza towards Nano World. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am,
Yeah.
for sharing your words. Now I'm handing it over to moderator, Mrs. Yem Sasikala, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, to take over this session further. Ma'am.
Thank you, Brinda. Good morning to one and all who are all connected here for MGR Alumni Conclave 2021. First of all, I'd like to thank the management, dean, head of the departments, alumni coordinator to create and given the opportunity to participate in day 13 MGR Alumni Conclave 2021. I am Mrs. M. Sasikala, Assistant Professor, the Department of Chemistry of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, is going to be a moderator for today's conclave. We, the alumni and currently studying students, faculties from the Department of Chemistry and Physics were gathered here to share our experience, knowledge, and going to discuss about the topic Travaganza towards Nano World. We are going to divide these sessions into three. Okay. First is self-introduction of the panel members. After that, you need to present your work on the given title. And also, the main objective of this alumni conclave is all the alumni should share your experience, opinions, and knowledge with your budding juniors. Okay, so that they will also get benefited and you are going to be a role model to them because our participants are our current batch students. And also, I request all the panel members to give the tips and tricks to them to flourish to the outside the world. Okay. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce all the panel members now. Our first panel member, Mr. Balaji, is an alumni batch 2015-18 of the Department of Chemistry. Currently, he is working as a quality in charge and quality assurance executive in KBC FNC India Private Limited, Chennai. He completed his Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from the Department of Chemistry, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute in the year 2018. After that, he completed his master degree from the Department of Chemistry, Presidency College, which is affiliated to the University of Madras in the year 2020, with a good, very good in academic proficiency. He passed out. He did his project on synthesis and characterization of polyurethane cellulose composite during his undergraduation. He also presented a paper on adsorption study of brilliant green using aqueous solutions by activated carbon from bale tree bark at International Conference on Emerging Trends in Nano World. During his post-graduation, he undergone internship in Conpure Chemical India Private Limited, Chennai. He also worked as quality chemist for YNC Pharma Science, Chengalpattu. I'm very happy to welcome Mr. Balaji. In spite of his busy schedule, he accepted and also he taken the leave and have a break with his work for today and joined with us. Very happy to see you, Balaji. Our next panelist is Ms. Anita Raj. She was the alumni of batch 2014-2017 from the physics department. Currently, she is pursuing a research in the field of astronomy and planetary science in Universidad de Atacama, Chile. She completed her undergraduation from the Department of Physics, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute in the year 2017, and did her master's in physics from the Department of Physics, University of Madras in the year 2019 with very good in academic proficiency. During her graduation, she undergone internship on cosmology and general relativity and also involved in projects like home automation and long-term study of meteor count rate and meteor echo detection height during solar cycle 23 and 24 from Osmania University. And also, she is a data privy delegate in Rubin Observatory LSST Chile since June 2021. She also undertaken foundation course in astronomy and astrophysics from Osmania University in the year 2019. She also received Sir C.V. Raman Award for overall academic performance in the year 2017. She is also very good in writing. She is a blog writer since 2016. Very happy, Ms. Hanita Raj. I should mention this time because in spite of time, now Anita Raj is having 1:30 a.m. in her country. So really, we are very proud of Ms. Anita Raj, and also show her gratitude by connecting with us. Welcome, Ms. Anita Raj. Our next panel member is Mr. Tulasi Raman, alumni from the Department of Chemistry of batch 2019-2021. He is a currently passed out student. He completed his Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from the Department of Chemistry, Loyola College, Chennai in the year 2019 and did his Masters from our university. He passed out in the year 2021. He is also very good in academic proficiency and also very sincere and very passionate about in the research work. He was a project student in International Advanced Research Center for Powder Metallurgy and New Materials, Hyderabad, during the period October to April 2021. He did his project in fabrication of fluorine-based quasi-2D solar cells with enhanced stability and efficiency, and also synthesized low-temperature titanium dioxide as an electron transporting layer for flexible solar cell. He also synthesized lanthanum doped barium stannate as an electron transporting layer for solar cell made with carbon electrode. He is working on the very current needed research work because we are all seeking the energy. So we are exhausting with the renewable, there is non-renewable resources. So we need some alternative source. So he is working on the solar cells, very needed research at the present day. And also he did this project during this graduation in the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, SM, on docking on COVID-19 drugs. We are very happy to welcome Mr. Tulasi Raman to connected here. Our next panel member is Mr. Anantha Krishnan. He is an alumni from the Department of Physics. He is also the current passed out student. He did his undergraduation in the Department of Physics, Zamorans Guruvayurappan College, Calicut University in the year 2019, and did his master's in physics from the Department of Physics, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, and passed out in the year 2021. His project on possible effects of electromagnetic fields on human health. He did extensive theoretical research on the study of the effects of electromagnetic fields like radio frequency field, intermediate frequency field, extremely low frequency field, static field, environmental effects, study on the human health, how these magnetic fields are affected the human health. This is the project work he did during his graduation. He is an actively volunteer with National Service Scheme from 2014 to 2016. Energetically volunteered in trauma care from 2015 to 2017. He is also very interested in photography and videography. We are very happy to welcome Anantha Krishnan to connected here. Okay. So I introduced you to the participants. So now I will call you one by one to introduce yourself and also give motivational words and gives tips and tricks to your juniors so that they also will get benefited and also to flourish into the outside the world. Okay. Now I call upon Mr. Balaji to introduce yourself to the audience. Thank you, Balaji.
Hello.
Over to Balaji.
Very good morning, one and all. I am Balaji. I am a 2015-2018 passed out student in Department of Chemistry. Now I'm currently working QC in charge and QA executive ABC India Private Limited. First of all, it is great fortune for me, and I thank Dr. Enter Education Research Institute University and Department of Chemistry and Physics for organizing and inviting me this wonderful event. It is an honor to be here with you. You are the elite, and only the very best people in any field will take the time and make sacrifice to come for an event like this. Okay. Okay, right. Today, I'm going to take a nano medicine. Before going into the topic, we will discuss the basic things about nano. Can you share the PPT?
Thank you, Balaji.
Okay.
Now I request Ms. Anita Raj to introduce yourself to the audience, ma'am. And also I request you to give your tips to your juniors, okay? Please.
I think you can hear me clearly.
You are audible, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So firstly, this 25 days alumni conclave program, each day representing each department is a big thing, and very interesting to see every alumni to do their wonderful field. I've been following it for the past few days whenever I get time, and I felt happy. And I'm really glad that I'm one of the alumni representing the Department of Physics to share my experience, my career path from the university. So I belong to the first generation of the undergraduate program from the Department of Physics that started in the year 2014. I would say that not only for me, but for almost every student, UG will be their time to choose their career in which they are going to spend their entire life. I mean, at least for me. So after my 12th grade, I was confident to choose my career in physics. But as we know, the field of physics is huge. It has a lot of branches that led to a lot of confusions to choose one. Well, now I'm working in the field of astronomy and planetary science. But to choose this field wasn't an easy task for me at that period. I had so many interests in subfields of physics like material science, quantum physics, nuclear physics, and even nano sometimes. So I used my UG days in a way that I grabbed every opportunities that I had to understand every subfield in physics and explore my interests. That was a very big task. And this institute was one of the reasons to explore and find my interest. I got to attend so many workshops and I did a lot of presentations, if I remember it correctly. And socializing with people was the major part. Nothing can be well understood unless or until we discuss it with the people who actually worked in the field, if you know what I mean. And apart from these, the theories that I have been taught and the ways the lecturers have taught the classes to me had also given me impacts and to love physics more. I'm just grateful to all those wonderful lecturers and the opportunities given to me by Dr. NJ Education and Research Institute. So once I fixed my career path, I was supposed to do my MS in that field, but no, I couldn't. I took general physics in master's again, but it's fine. I used my MSc period efficiently by doing internship and project in that field, which led me here to who I am now. So, if you see, the baseline is very important to select your field. And to me, it was my UG period in this very institute. Well, a few people might have developed interest at a very young age. In that case, people can choose accordingly without wasting their time and exploring their interests. But to people like me, just know that it's never too late to explore your interest. It's kind of a big decision that you are going to take, and there's nothing wrong to take some extra time. So now I'm doing my research in the field of astronomy in Chile. And I would be really glad to explain my research topic, but unfortunately, I still haven't selected my mentor for the topic. So hopefully I might share about my topic in another wonderful alumni meet. And one advice I would like to give to the current students, UG or PG, whatever it is, just try to explore things and connect with people in the field that you're interested in, so that you will get some actual information what is going on in that field. So that's it. That's all about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Anita Raj. Now I welcome Mr. Tulasi Raman, chemistry alumni. Please introduce yourself to the audience and give few words to your juniors. Welcome, Tulasi Raman.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, actually, everyone. Good morning. And thanks for giving me this opportunity to talk about myself and experience my research experience and so on. So initially, I'm Tulasi Raman, a postgraduate student of chemistry at Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, Chennai. And I did my Bachelor of Science in Chemistry in Loyola College, India. And I've been working as a student researcher in International Advanced Research Center for Powder Metallurgy and New Materials. And I worked under solar department. And my topic of research in my master thesis was completely on solar cells. So you people know like the need of solar energy and the energy crisis over years. So there has been a lot of energy crisis, and you should need some renewable energy. So that shows my interest towards the field of solar energy, and we can able to do a lot of research in the solar cells. And with the help of nanomaterials, we can actually get a lot of results, which actually plays an important role in the solar cell. I have experience in with the characterization studies and also with the experimental parts like Globox lab and other things. And in the case of characterization studies, I have experience like with the help of UV visible spectroscopy, photoluminescence spectroscopy, and X-ray diffraction spectroscopy and other spectroscopic techniques, which is most important for the research experience, research knowledge and research experience. So that plays an important role whenever you do some research. And the experimental part and characterization technique part is the most important thing, I feel. And with the help of nanomaterials, you can get a lot of applications. And one of the application is my part of research, that is solar cells. And I worked as a student researcher in Saimura Innofarm. It was my undergraduate internship. In that case, I studied the pharmaceutical, that was actually in pharmaceutical industry. In that, I worked as a student researcher. In that topic was systematic analysis of quality and purity for the pharmaceutical chemistry. So we used to study the raw materials and other things, and we used to do the analytical chemistry part, and we used to give it to the quality control department. That's how I make the pharmaceutical industry. So that also gave me a confidence to pursue towards the research and not stepping out down as a MSc student. And I think this is the overall discussion of my journey towards the research. And I'm looking forward to do the doctoral research in chemistry, and also, if possible, I'll also stick to the research area after some years from now.
All the very best to Tulasi Raman.
Yeah, thank you.
To get a research position in a good university.
Yeah, sure.
You are rightly said that actually we are in the tropical region. We are receiving around 30 days in a year solar energy. So we need to harvest. I think your research work will give us a better solution.
Exactly.
All the very best.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. Now I welcome Mr. Ananthakrishnan to say a few words to your juniors and all the participants. welcome Mr. Ananthakrishnan.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Welcome.
What to say, I am pretty much honored to be a part of this alumni event. Thank you everyone for the opportunity being a part of this. I completed my post-graduation from Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute in the academic year 2019 to 2021. And now I am doing my own research work in quantum mechanics and actively looking for PhD in the meantime. And also I'm doing some videography and photography works like wildlife photography and short films and events. It's going on. You get that. That's all about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ananthakrishnan. All the very best for your research life. You also should get placed in the better university. You are all placed in some companies, I know, but your passion about the research. Okay, all the very best to do get research position. Thank you, Ananthakrishnan. I thank all the panel members to introduce yourself to our participants and your juniors, and also give many informations and motivational words to encourage them. Without any further delay, I think we'll get into our today's title, Travaganza towards Nano World. We'll get into that. It is the potential of nanotechnology that makes it so interesting. Some areas where nanotechnology could have a dramatic impact include medical applications, example, cancer therapy, and in information technology, fast computers, and in the area of energy solutions, such a more economical fuel cells and solar cells also manufacture because of the help of nanomaterial, which have a very impact on our lives and also which improves our lifestyle also. So nanotechnology is helping to considerably improve, even revolutionize many technology and industry sectors. Information technology, homeland security, medicine, transportation, energy, food safety, and environmental science. These are the many industries based on the nanotechnology. It is improving, and some many revolutions also happening. So on this topic, we are going to discuss about today. Okay. As a first panel member, I'd like to invite Mr. Balaji, currently working as a quality in charge and quality assurance executive, to give your views. Over to Balaji.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you share the PPT?
Okay.
Okay.
Prasanna sir, will you share the PPT, sir?
Oh, okay, ma'am. Just a minute, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, today my main topic is nanomedicine. But before going to my topic, we will discuss about what is the nano and what is the nanotechnology. Okay, right. Nano, the word comes from Greek word of draper, which means குள்ளன். நம்ம ஊர்ல ஒரு பழக்கம் உண்டு, குள்ளன்னு கல்லன்னு நம்பலாம், ஆனா குள்ளன்னு நம்ப கூடாது அப்படின்னு ஒரு டாபிக் உண்டு. பட் இந்த குள்ளன் ரொம்ப நல்லது. எப்படி நல்லதுன்னு பார்க்கலாம். Usually, nanotechnology is defined as the research and development of material, devices, and systems exhibiting physical, chemical, and biological properties that are different from those found a larger scale. For example, matter smaller than scale of these things like molecules and viruses, size up to nano. Can you share the next slide? Pass the next slide. Actually, nanotechnology having broad range of application. Actually, my topic is nanomedicine. From others, that it's, it's quantum electronics, non-linear polymers, photonic sensors, information storage, processors, absorbent, catalyst solar cells, and superplastic, etc. Now move to the size of the nano. What is the size of the nano? The next slide, please. Okay. Size of the nano. The most important feature to take in account is size because it is capable to view range of material. The range of the nano is so எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு ரேஞ்ச் இருக்கும் ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா நானோ வந்து 1 nanometer to 100 nanometers நம்ம சைஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம் ஸோ in pharmaceutical industry பார்த்தீங்கன்னா nano materials involving two different approaches top bottom and bottom up approaches. The top-down process involving the breakdown of the bulk material into a smaller one or small pieces by mechanical or in chemical process. The bottom-up process starts with atomic or molecular species allowed to the particle engaging site through a chemical reaction. Actually, the size of the nano is 10 power minus 9. It means 1 nanometer is 1 billionth of a meter. We all now see in a nanotech as Marvel movie, like Tony Stark was used in nanotech in all sides, and also in Infinity War, the Chewie is the character was discovered about the milestone holding the vision body was completely made by a nanotech with a number of connections. That real that was weak, but in real, human body was also made by a nano. Like DNA, a strand of human DNA is 2.5 nanometer in diameter. The next slide, please. Can you change the slide? Okay. This is the quality of nanomaterial. Actually, nanomaterial, the achieving before the nanomaterial, we will see this types of things. pH, temperature, time, concentration of the reagent, concentration of the catalyst, like the drying, soft gel process, everything we will be moderated. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. Before I am telling that, this is the pharmaceutical process to made in nanoparticles, top-up approach and bottom-down approach. But take a bulk material and mix and attached by a powder and nanoparticles was observed. This is happened by a physical, mechanical, or chemical reaction. But bottom approach is only done by a chemical reaction. For example, atom, scratches, and nanoparticles. Next slide. Okay. This is my topic today. I take it nanomedicine. Nanomedicine is refers to the area of science that combines nanotechnology with drugs or diagnostic molecules to improve the ability to target cells or tissues. Thus, materials are produced on a nanoscale level and safe to intro into the body. Application for a nanotechnology in medicine, including imaging, diagnosis, or a delivery of drugs that will help medical professionals treat various diseases. In this topic contains a lot of application, but now I am taking only three main headings what has been there. For example, target specific and controlled drug release and uh, delivering the drug into the GMP. The next slide, please. The next. Okay. This is application of nanomedicine under the nanomedicine. From this, I'll take only the main things like that target specific and drug control. These are the main things. Okay, now see the target specific. So move to the next after slide. Target specific slide. Yeah, target specific. Okay, target specific. Next slide, sir. Actually. Okay, improving the ability of nanotechnology to target specific cells or tissues is, is of great interest to companies producing nanomaterials. This area of research involving attaching nanoparticles into drugs or lipids to increase specific location. Since different cell types have unique properties, nanotechnology can be used to recognize cells of interest. This allows associated drugs and to reach disease tissues while avoiding health. Why this is promising area of research, very few nanomedicine can exhibit that successfully utilize nanotechnology in the field. This is due to defined parameter associated with the correct ratio or combination of nanoparticles with the drug of interest. Okay, right. In 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 target recipient, now protein and peptide delivery. Protein Protein and peptide delivery are called is a biopharmaceutical thing. They have many biological action on the human body, and they show great promise for treatment of various diseases. Targeted and controlled delivery of the micromolecules using nanomaterials like nanoparticles and emerging field called nanobiopharmaceuticals. Such products are called nanobiopharmaceuticals that can be formalized as represent specific and can move to research and specific destination. They can also deliver the peptide into the encapsulated form to delay the destination. Thus, they thus they have a uphand to conventional peptide delivery system. So actually, the delivery target is a very big part in nanomedicine without affecting. For example, இப்பெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து மில்லிகிராம்ல நம்ம வந்து டேப்லெட் எடுத்துக்கிறோம். பட் நானோல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம வந்து நானோகிராம்ல எடுத்துக்கோம். ஸோ இந்த நானோகிராம் வந்து இட்ஸ் நாட் அஃபெக்டிங் எனி ஹெல்த் செல். இட்ஸ் ஒன்லி treat with what the cell or tissues what damage in our inner body and also the outer body. So this is the target specific. The next slide. Okay, drug control. Okay, target specific வச்சு நம்ம வந்து ட்ரக்ஸை நம்ம வந்து இன்சர்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஆனா அந்த ட்ரக்ஸ் வந்து எப்படி கரெக்டான நம்ம இடத்துல போய் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணுதா அப்படின்னு பார்க்கறதுக்காக அந்த ஸ்டெடிஸை சொல்றது தான் ட்ரக் கண்ட்ரோல் ஸ்டடி. ஓகே, லெட்ஸ் see what is happening. The ability to control the release of a drug or therapeutic compound from the association of nanotechnology is gaining a lot of interest from this industry. This triggering release in theory could be achieved from within body, from the outside of the body. Internal mechanism include changes in the environment of tumors compared to surrounding tissue, while external stimulation including temperature changes, light and ultrasound. Currently, research efforts are focused on trying to understand how to release drug diagnostic molecules and drugs from the lithium with the microbubbles using ultrasound. Now see the nanotherapology. Nanotherapology is a branch of nanomedicine. The encompassing the study of kidney protein structure and the atomic level. Nano imaging approaches to study cellular process in kidney cells and nano medical treatment that utilize nanoparticles to treat various kidney diseases. Research is being done to the physicochemical property of protein and other micromolecules that can develop innovative approaches that can be used to fight against many renewable diseases. Nanoscale engineering advice advanced permits programmable and regulated nanoscale robots to pursue perform produce a human kidney, creating nanostructure compatibility with kidney cells can be safely operated in vivo of the produced object. Okay, next slide, please. This is a nanotherapy. Actually, this is mainly deal with a kidney disease, and it is has been cured of the kidney damaged cells. So it is a developing program, one of the developing program, and also it's a successful program in nowadays. Okay, we this three topics solve what is the trend in nowadays. Now I'm going to show one of the very main futuristic delivering DNA origin to the cell. Next slide, please. Sir. Next slide, sir. Okay. DNA delivering DNA. Actually, DNA is the very main part of our body, human body. Actually, DNA having 2.5 nanometer in size. So, DNA nanotechnology research has long held for promises as means of developing functional molecules capable of delivering to cells. Recent advance in DNA having begun to realize the potential, but it is still at the earliest stage, and a number of barriers remain. Thus, include the stability of the structure necessary to reach target cell. After administration, methods of the cell targeting and uptake strategies to avoid the escape of its capsules and subnuclear location. Finally, the functional that can be expected once a DNA structure reads the final intercellular target will be considered. Nanorobots. This, this method is carried by a nanorobot to made from a DNA. It's like a DNA. The nanorobot it's made like a DNA, and it is also used for the replacement or cure the nanocell. Sorry, DNA, thus having the potential to work small drugs by only if they can be successfully delivered to cells. However, the review process in the achieving this goal. Okay, this all the cons, the lots of cons in nanotechnology, but we also having some of the cons. Sorry, we having lots of pros in this nanotechnology. Now see the cons of nanotechnology. Can you share the next slide, please? Next slide, please. Okay, cons of nanotechnology. Actually, in first beginning, I said, கல்லறை நம்பலாம் புல்லனை நம்ப கூடாது. Like that, here also that அந்த புல்லை கொஞ்சம் work காட்டுவான். For example, if a number, why we are going to nano means we are consuming milligram tablets or medicines. It has been settled down under our stomach. It has been affect the own disease. But the nanotechnology is not given that much of disease, but it is also create its own disease, like it has been controlled the issues without our brain permission. So this is a main drawback of the nanotechnology. It may be cause their own disease. And also it has been very high in cost. So it has been used by specific country or group of the people. So இது வந்து nanotechnology வந்து ரொம்ப ஹை காஸ்ட்ல தான் கரண்ட் ஃபீல்டில் இருக்கிறதுனால இது வந்து ஒரு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கான குரூப்புக்குள்ள போகவும் வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இட் இஸ் ஈஸிலி வெப்பனைஸ். ஸோ ஈஸிலி வெப்பனைஸ். So these three are the main forms of the nanotechnology. Other than we having in different fields in like that. Okay, finally, I'm come to the end of the topic. Conclusion. Nanotechnology helps to overcome the limitation of the conventional dosage form. This technology promises to be used in disease treatment as well as diagnostics with very high efficiency. Therefore, nanomedicine have been gaining popularity. However, nanoparticles and nanotechnology in general is a relatively novel concept and very less experimental data is available about it is harmful effect. This lack of information may lead to impact in the safety regulation of nanoparticles unpresent before as unique assessment challenge. Therefore, a deep understanding of the safety aspects of nanomaterials is required. Whether the Department of Toxicology and the Department for Developing of the Drug Delivery System should work in close collaboration to develop an non-efficiency nano drug delivery system. For each nano formalization, the risk to benefit ratio should be determined, and based on that, it should be decided whatever the process should be continued on. Nevertheless, the field of nanomedicine is growing at each end of the stage. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, Balaji, for your well-explained introduction about the nanomaterial from the invention to size and synthetic method like top-down approach and bottom-up approach. And also you have very well explained in the applications of nanotechnology, that nanomaterial in nanomedicine, and also mention all the process which are involved in the nanomedicine, particularly in drug delivery system, how nanomaterial can play a major role, and also in the field of nanonephrology, and how DNA origami take part into the cells, and overall pros and cons of nanomaterial in medicine. You have well explained, Balaji. I hope this lecture, this discussion is very useful to our participants. Thank you so much, Balaji, for spent your valuable time and also connected with us. If we have any questions, means we'll discuss in the next round. Okay. Thank you, Balaji. Now, I request Ms. Anita Raj to discuss about our today's conclave topic, Travaganza towards Nano World. Welcome, Anita.
Yes,
please take over the session. Welcome.
Yes, ma'am. I'll share my screen now.
Okay.
I think you can see my screen.
Yama is visible. You can continue.
Yeah. So, hi again, everyone. I am going to present about nanotech applications in my field, that is astronomy and other space-related fields. Firstly, I would like to tell you that nanotech is still developing in this field. Very few applications are in practice, and others are being as a proposals. So, Mr. Balaji has already talked about the basics of nanotech, that is, what is nanotech and what are nanomaterials. So now you know exactly at what scale that we are going to deal with. And I would like to add just one more information to it. The concept of modern nanotechnology was introduced by Richard Feynman, who is a famous and my all-time favorite scientist. He introduced the concept of manipulating matter at atomic level. So from the early 1980s till now, this field has emerged enormously, and this will continue in the future too. You see, nanotechnology is an enormous field that studies feature sizes with broad application. Now, there are a lot of fields that uses nanotechnology. For example, nanobiotechnology, nanoelectronics, food and agri, energy, construction, nanomedicine, surgeries to fight and cure cancer, and whatnot, even space science. So it's almost every field. So what makes this field so special? Well, there are a lot of reasons, but my personal favorite would be this carbon nanotubes. It is nothing but a graphene, which is a sheet of a single layer carbon atoms. When this graphene is rolled and made into a cylindrical shape, it becomes a nanotube that has carbon atoms, hence called carbon nanotube. There is a single-walled carbon nanotube or even multi-walled that has interlinked nanotubes. So why am I talking about nanotubes? Exactly for this reason. Nanotechnology has several applications in space-related fields like observational astronomy, space engineering, space communications, missions, and so on. So let's see what are those. You might have seen so many rockets launched by the space observatories like SpaceX, NASA, ESA, and so on. The propulsion systems used for the rocket engines mainly rely on chemicals. So, what is the main trouble here? Well, you see, the cost of petrol is increasing. So, what's good it's going to make for the rocket fuel? And I'm not talking about the cost here, though, but the consumption. Instead of chemicals, if we use the concept of electric propulsion, that is by using the electric power to accelerate the propellant. This increases the payload or decrease the launch mass, which is an advantage actually. So nanotech is implemented in EP concept by using electrostatically charged and accelerator nanoparticles as a propellant. So it goes like this. They use electricity gathered from solar cells to generate electrical fields that pushes the ion away from the spacecraft, thus making it move forward. And using MEMS, they accelerate the nanoparticles. The main advantage is that this helps to reduce the weight and complexity of the thrust field, which is what we want. And any successful results? Yes. NASA's Deep Space and the European Space Agency SMART has successfully launched it, demonstrating this technique as their primary propulsion system. And another option would be the solar cells. This uses the pressure of the solar radiation against a highly reflective expanse of a material to create thrust, keeping it to move forward or in any direction we want. So here it does not need any additional propellant fuel at all. However, it requires a very large surface that is highly reflective, and it should be thin and lightweight, which is absolutely possible. The second application, when you go out on a sunny day, you apply sunscreen to protect yourself from the minimum amount of UV radiation that enters the Earth's atmosphere. But think about astronauts. Astronauts go outside the Earth's atmosphere. They have the high risk of exposing to space radiation, like high energy particles. So, in order to protect the astronauts from any radiation damage, the spacesuits could feature layers of bio-nanorobots that could respond to the damage in the suit or the astronaut itself by providing the necessary drugs in any medical emergency. Mr. Balaji was talking about nanomedicine. It is exactly the application in space-related field like this. So, When a suit is made of nanomaterial, it will be thin, making it more flexible, making it easier for the astronauts to move around. Not only for the astronauts, but the spacecraft itself are endangered by the risk of radiation. In a spacecraft, if we use the CNT composite, that is the carbon nanotube composite, instead of usual metals they use, it reduces the weight of the spacecraft by giving a lightweight skin, and also it increases the structural strength. And it should be kept in mind that the more smaller they are, the more tolerant it will be to the radiation. It will be a perfect advantage if we use CNT to build the spacecraft. And also, when a spacecraft enters the atmosphere, it travels at a velocity of approximately 17,000 miles per hour, causing that intense heat environment around it. Even in these situations, to protect the vehicle from intense environment, CNT can be used. They call it as outer thermal protecting system, TPS. Third application. To study about other planetary surface and atmospheres, we send rovers, orbiters to Moon, Mars, Venus, and other bodies too. And they're doing a good job because Perseverance has collected two samples from the surface of Mars, and we are waiting for it to return back to analyze that sample. But there are some complications, like in case of communication or even with the rover, because if you take only one rover, it can examine one particular small area. But instead of a rover, imagine sending a nanorobot swarm. It means many tiny nanobots, which is capable of traveling across the planet's surface or through the atmosphere. The advantage with the nanobots is that it could travel quickly, and it could give us much detailed information even in the molecular level. And this GIF you see here is from an animated film called Big Hero 6. Yeah. This kid here would have built this army of nanobots and controls it with the sensor which is wearing in his forehead. Similar to this, but instead of using a sensor, imagine we implement AI, artificial intelligence, in these nanobots so that it could communicate and self-organize itself accordingly, and to give results. This would make our work much more simpler. If you haven't watched that movie, I recommend you to watch that movie. Fourth application is that colonizing in other planets has always been a dream to all the space agencies and even to us. And it is possible with nanotech. NASA has made this amazing design, like a programmed habitat using the nanobots. With the help of a swarm of tiny nanobots, doing the mining on the planet, collecting necessary minerals, and then process into a material compound and fixing the building material according to the programmed habitat design. These nanobots would be programmed ahead of time to design the habitat, and according to the need of astronaut, it can be made into the custom designed habitat building. However, asking for a chandelier would be too much. And another method would be building the habitats underground that could effectively protect us from the radiation and its toxic environment, if it has one. These things can be done by taking in account of the planetary surface. For example, if you say that you're going to habitate in a planet like Venus, maybe your nanobots could live, but you will die. The planet Mars, you are perfect to go, but you have to keep in mind about the radiation because the radiation is high. Maybe building a habitat underground would be a good option in Mars. So, conclusion. Overall, nanotech seems to have promising applications in space explorations and human colonization. But as I said earlier, these are not practiced in actions. For example, take the idea of nanobots in spacesuits that could heal wounds. It seems appealing, but we still haven't tested actually to have one in the spacesuit. Maybe a nanomedicine would give a better option and better answer for this problem. And I am sure that in future this would be made possible if and other stuff like nanobots implementing AI are made possible, it will be the next generation of nano machines. So with this, I will finish my presentation. And if you find this interesting and you want to share your views or discuss more, you can contact me by the following ways. I would be really happy to reply you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anita. Actually, you have introduced a new world to us. Okay. Yes, our participants should surely enjoy of your presentation and also get many information regarding that. There is the application of nanomaterials in many fields we know, but how it is very useful in the field of how it is useful for the astronauts in the field of planetary action. So you have well explained, particularly the application of carbon nanotubes in electric propulsions, nanobots, and nano sensors, and how it is useful in the nano habitat. I agree with you. Still, it is in the research level. Surely, it will implement in forthcoming days. Okay, so all the very best. Yes, yes. We are expecting all the very best for your research work. Okay, wish you all success. Okay, thank you for your very interactive presentation. I think I have one information to the participants. Dear participants, do you have any question? Please post your questions in the chat box. In the next round, we are going to get answer from our panel members. Okay. First, please listen all their lectures. Okay. Then we'll ask the questions and get answer for your queries. Okay. Thank you for your patience listening. I'm very happy to invite our next panel member, Mr. Tulasi Raman, researcher who is very passionate about doing research in the fabrication of solar cells, etc. Over to you, Tulasi Raman.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think my screen is visible, right? Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes, Tulasi Raman, it's visible.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, one second. So I'm really enjoyed the presentation given by Mr. Balaji and Ms. Sanita. So it was quite fascinating that the research work is completely the application of nanomaterials towards the space science and nanomedicine. So I'm not going to talk about the basic introduction and the what is nanomaterials and what is nanotechnology. So since everything was done by Mr. Balaji and Ms. Anita, I'm directly stepping into the application of nanomaterials in the flexible solar cells. So let me give me an acknowledgement that all the research interest and all the guidance was given by Dr. V. Ganapati, who was my scientist, and I worked under him as a student researcher in the solar department. So it was a quite fascinating experience with him, and so that it gave a very good interest to process towards the research. So 1 second. Yeah, so this is the basic idea why we need to step into any renewable energy sources, like in the field of application, like in solar cells. You all know the energy crisis and increasing CO2 emissions have created a significant environmental problems for the last few decades, right? So because of the scarcity of oil, coal, and gas, and increasing energy usage has become a massive issue for addressing a green environment for the human energy demand, right? So in the fossil fuels have provided 80% of the total energy demand, including 65% of global current generation, and have been often blamed for climatic change. And since energy is vital to the nation's economic growth, developing nation like India, a lack of electrical energy would be a barrier to the growth. Increased economical development and population growth have increased the pace at which the electrical energy is consumed. As a result, I think it's very important to build any alternative renewable energy sources to prevent potential fossil fuel shortages, and with the use of these things, we can it's very vital to encourage the need of renewable energy sources in India. So from this graph, you can actually see the rising trend in this one actually plays a vital role, and the decline in the non-renewable energy resources is shown here. And the renewable generating capacity increased far more in recent years and far more than the long term. The spike in the renewable energy capacity generation is boosted in 2020, and from like 82% in 2020, from 73% in 2019. And that's how you need to work on you have to use some alternative energy sources. And here comes many energy sources have been used, like nuclear energy and the wind energy and solar energy. So on top of that, solar energy has given and have attracted many researchers to work about it. And you know the why it's very important to work in solar energy. You can see many energy sources have been used for the electricity generations, and this yellow like indicates the solar energy has dominated on all over the renewable energy capacities. So for a simple reason, you can actually say why you need to address or why you need to put research on solar energy. For a simple reason, it's including of a low cost and low environmental effect, and it shows an inexhaustible supply of electromagnetic radiation to our planet. Since it's a renewable and it's do not affect the environment, they are very eco-friendly, and it completely distinct from the non-renewable resources like fossil fuels that's completely emit gases that pollute the atmosphere, right? And this is the basic idea why we have to step into a solar energy, and with that we can actually work on solar cell. And here comes the important part of a nanomaterial. Where is the nanomaterial actually working in the solar cells? And I'll tell you the basic mechanism of solar cells. So before understanding all these things, I'll show you this the overall idea of a cross-sectional view of a particular solar cell. And this is one electrode, and this is another electrode. This is one electrode, and this is another electrode. That is, two electrodes are mainly used for collecting the electricity that is generated by a particular solar cell. These two layers are the important layers which actually generates the which transports the electrons and holes whenever sunlight strikes into the solar cell. This is the same exact schematic of this one, so I'll explain in this one as a chemical way. This is the basic sun, which gives an electromagnetic radiation, and this actually acts. This is this is the perovskite layer, and this is basically an absorber which act as an absorber which actually generates generates electricity. So in this layer, the light strikes this layer, there will be an ejection of electrons from ground state to excited state. This is VB, that is valence band, and this is CB, that is conduction band. There will be an electron and hole pair generation, and that electron is transferred from here to here and here to here, and similarly like here to here to here, so that you can get actually an electricity is generated. So I will simply explain what is exactly happening. Whenever a sunlight light strikes this layer, that is the absorber layer, there will be a formation of basically whenever this strikes, the absorber layer has a band gap, so which means the energy level between the valence band and conduction band, and the energy is higher, so that this layer actually gets the energy, that means the higher energy that can actually excite the electron which is present in the valence band and to the conduction band. So the electron is now gone to the conduction band and leaving a hole present in the valence band. So this electron is being transferred from here to here and here to here, that is one anode, and similarly a hole is transferred from here to here and here to here, that is another anode. So the electron is collected to this electrode and hole is collected to this electrode. There will be a flow of electron after this collection, and after completing their path in the circuit, the electricity is generated by this complete solar cell. With that, we can actually measure the solar cell with the help of solar simulator. And here, you all know where is the part of nanomaterials in the solar cells, right? So that is an important thing. This is ETL and that is HTL, which means the main role I'm going to talk about only on ETL, that is an electron transporting layer, the layer which actually transports the electron from the absorber to the electrodes. So that layer is a TiO2 layer, which means titanium dioxide layer. So I synthesized the titanium dioxide nanoparticle to work as a electron transporting layer in the particular solar cell. So that layer actually collects the electrons which is ejected by the absorber after the sunlight injection, and that thing actually transfers the electrons to the electrodes in order to get a particular current. So many research have been going on in TiO2, that is titanium dioxide, but our way of research was completely unique, right? So initially there is a different thing like hybrid solar cell, and I already mentioned our work is completely on flexible solar cells, right? Yeah. So what is the difference between these hybrid and flexible, and what is the difference of the use of titanium dioxide nanomaterial in hybrid and also in the flexible? So let's say we talk about the hybrid solar cell. In order to make a hybrid solar cell, we used to make a glass thing, a glass, and in top of that we used to deposit a multiple layers, and we used to measure solar cell over that, and we measure the efficiency, how much current it is giving. But the thing is, whenever you coat a TiO2 layer on in the place of glass, you have to, it's very important to heat the temperature, which means heat the film to about 450 degrees Celsius when you correctly need a dense or uniform film of TiO2 that actually transports the electrons. Okay, so with that only we can actually form a beautiful layer, which is a dense layer, which gives you an electron transportation. So in the case of hybrid solar cells, it's quite possible because the glass can actually withstand a more than 1,000 temperature, 1,000 degree temperature. But in the case of flexible solar cell, if we put the same thing in the case of flexible solar, it's not possible, right? Because whenever we make a flexible solar, it can't withstand more than 200 degrees Celsius or 300 degrees Celsius. So what do we do? The main part of nanometal synthesis is here comes it. Yeah, so we work on titanium dioxide nanomaterial, which can be used in flexible solar cells also without affecting your efficiency and without affecting your solar cell withstand temperature. So that's why we synthesized a low temperature solution processed titanium dioxide nanoparticle. I have used a top approach, and my method of synthesis was hydrothermal synthesis. Yeah, so this is the basic thing. We have a standard procedure, and with that we'll get the powder, and we used to make it a paste, and with that we used to coat into a solar cell film, and that is the common and idea everyone has done. And this is the low temperature titanium dioxide we synthesized with the help of hydrothermal method. Excuse me. And we use it for the application of a flexible solar cell. And yeah, this is the basic confirmation of how a solar cell actually works. Like whatever we do, it's very important, right? So whatever we say, it's not quite possible. We have to confirm it, right? So this is the confirmation of the titanium dioxide we actually used in it, and this peak actually shows that the presence of titanium dioxide is actually in anatase. So basically, we have three different fields, like three different phases of titanium dioxide. That is anatase, rutile, and other, brucite. So we use titanium dioxide anatase phase because the orientation actually orientation of the TiO2 and other absorber actually matches. So that's why we use annotate phase. So this shows that the conformation of the TiO2 annotate phase is completely formed. So, and also we have to calculate the, what's the size of the nanoparticle we actually obtained, synthesized. So with the help of X-ray diffraction spectroscopy, we concluded that the crystal size of the particle is around 11.37 nanometer. So yeah, everything was done. So we have to make a solar cell, right? Yeah, so this is the basic idea of how a solar cell will look like in the case of a flexible solar cell. This is the organic solar cell, and this is the another perovskite solar cell, let's say. Yeah, so with the help of titanium dioxide nanoparticle, which is synthesized by a low temperature, this can withstand about 150 degrees Celsius or more than 200 degrees Celsius, right? So basically we have to, in order to get a very nice or dense film, we need to like 400 or 450 degrees Celsius, right? That won't withstand, this solar cell can't withstand, right? So in order to this, you have to replace that. We use this titanium dioxide, low temperature titanium dioxide, and this has given a very good efficiency. And with this help of this low temperature titanium dioxide, we got some efficiency of around 12%. That's a very good number, right? Yeah, so that is the basic idea how we work in example of the application of a solar cell. And I didn't briefly explain about the procedure and all about that, and I really want to share the and I really want to tell the participants, like, with the help of these nanomaterials and other stuffs, we actually get a lot of results and get a lot of quite great efficiencies, right? So this is not the only application of the low temperature titanium dioxide. We have so many applications, and we can actually use other than solar cells also. And I think I have came to the end of my discussion, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tulasiraman. I totally agree with your point, because in those days, we are available with abundant fossil fuels or non-renewable resources. But in those days, the energy consumption was very less. But nowadays, totally changed. We are in need of energy need. Okay, everywhere, yeah, all of us need energy. Okay, so for that purpose, we need to go for some other alternative, because we are in the depletion of fossil fuels. Present condition, we don't have that much patience to wait till biomass to convert to coal, or even we don't have patience to wait till lignite. Okay, so we are in need. So you gave the beautiful solution, and how that nano material can compensate it, and also that when nano material is coming to use, means then that cost reduction. Nowadays also many solar panels is available. That main problem is cost.
Yeah.
Because they are using this, most of the components is made up of semiconductors. Like semiconductors are very costly. We can it's not easily available, silicon, germanium. So I think these research on the solar cells, okay, the application of nanomaterial in solar cells will come into practice, then reduce the cost of the production of our solar cells and solar panels. So hope everyone will enjoy the future with our nanomaterials. Okay.
Yeah.
Wish you all the best for your research work, Tulasiraman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I invite Mr. Ananthakrishnan to tell your views about our today title, Travaganza towards Nano World. Welcome, Ananthakrishnan.
Yeah, once again, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Okay, everyone have given an outline of nano. Okay, let me explain the trends of nanotechnology, future trends of nanotechnology.
Ananthakrishnan?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Carry on. Your
Yes, my screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible now.
Okay. Future trends in nanotechnology. Okay, it's an emerging field of science which will have a great future developments. It is predicted to contribute significantly to economic growth and job creation in the entire world. Okay, I'm here to explain the top 5 trends of nanotechnology, future of nanotechnology. First one is stronger materials and higher strength composites. Next generation of graphene and carbon nanotubes based devices will be lighter but stronger in structure. The materials will be included in cars, cycles, and sporting equipments. As the number of layers of nano in a material increases, the material will be more and more stronger and higher the lifespan. Okay, while checking through the scalability of production, an upcoming big challenge is how to produce nano material in an affordable price. If we invest more in this field, that will badly affect the day-to-day life of each and everyone. And it is also a slow and complicated manufacturing process. Okay, but we all know humans will definitely find a solution for this. Then more commercialization. Using the advanced nanotechnology, specifically by controlling the purity and structure, we can introduce new products to the market. So the commercial value become high and it can be easily rule the market. Actually, it can be any field like aerospace, sports, armors for soldiers, sensors in medical fields, effective treatment solutions for cancers, materials for long-lasting batteries, likewise, etc., etc. Then sustainability. All we want is sustainable growth. Nanomaterials and nanostructured surfaces are increasingly employed in many advanced energy storage and conversion projects. And they contribute in both production and use for sustainable growth. All we need is green nanotechnology, which is cost effective, environment friendly, sustainable, and socially acceptable. And the last one is nanomedicine. Okay, as one of the panelists, Mr. Balaji explained nanomedicine at its best. So I will just tell about the nanomedicine. It is the most exciting and vast developing field. Nowadays, more advances are being made in both diagnostics and treatment areas. A new therapy is introduced in using the combination of gold nanocells and lasers to destroy cancer tumors with heat. So it's developing day to day. Okay, conclusion. Nanotechnology has been widely studied for its potential to advance the field of biotechnology and medical research. From the support of every sector, Nano is developing and enlarging its branches. We don't know about the upcoming findings coming in the field of nano, but we can say one thing, that a responsible development of nanomaterials that could potentially prolong and enhance the human life. That is, future is in the hands of nano. Thank you.
Thank you, Ananthakrishnan.
Yeah.
You have well explained about the future of nanomaterials. Okay, thank you so much. Actually, we have with us the participants of current students and external members. They have some questions. Okay. Thank you, Ananthakrishnan. I will ask the question to one by one. We have one question for Balaji. Balaji?
Yes, ma'am.
From the audience side, from one of our participants asked this question. Nano may cause their own unique diseases. Can you say some of the diseases by using nano, if any?
It's not in unique disease, ma'am. For example, we are using the cancer cells in nano by using nano medicine. It has been caused. Ma'am, can you tell me in Tamil? Can you explain?
No problem. Explain.
Okay, ma'am. இப்போ கேன்சர் செல்ஸை நம்ம வந்து கியூர் பண்றதுக்கு நம்ம நானோ மெடிசன்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்றது அது என்ன ஆகும்னா இட் ஹஸ் பீன் கியூர்ட் இன் நானோ செல்ஸ், நோ ப்ராப்ளம். பட் நான் வந்து இன் ஒன் ஆஃப் த மை ஸ்லைட் ஐ சேட் இட் ஹஸ் பீன் கண்ட்ரோல்டு வெரி கான்ஃபிடென்ஷியல். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் pH சேஞ்ச் ஆக, டெம்பரேச்சர் சேஞ்ச் ஆக, இட் ஹஸ் பீன் டேக் சம் டைம், கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் இருக்கிறது அந்த சச் கியூர் பீரியடுக்குள்ள நம்மளோட பாடியில pH சேஞ்ச் ஆனாலோ இல்ல எனி அதர் அல்ட்ராசோனிக் ஆர் யூவி லைட் சேஞ்ச் ஆனாலோ it has been not cured the particular cell. So it has been created against the same disease. Okay, right. It's not created any new disease. It's not cure the cancer cells like that. Even it's also we sending the cure for DNA. It's affected by pH or temperature. It's not doing that work. That's only happens.
Okay, thank you, Balaji. In addition to his explanations, I'm interested to give explanation for this question. If we synthesized any material for the medicinal purpose, first we need to check that material in lab wise and theoretically for that is a bioinformatics will help us whether it is acceptable with our cell lines or any other, whether it can be injected or not. And also, first, we need to check the cytotoxicity in vitro level, the lab, for any material, not only nano. If we synthesized any material, we need to go step by step. We cannot able to inject the material once from lab to the human or any other living organisms. So it takes more time. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you, Balaji. Thanks for your explanation. Now, another question came from the audience side to Ms. Anita.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one question came up. Or nanotechnology products are available today, whether it is in use, they're asking.
Well, there are few nano products available, like we heard of nanomaterials, the use of nanomaterials in paints, cosmetics, but technological wise, I doubt, like there are few applications of nanomaterials in the technology, but it is not well developed. Like Mr. Tulasi Raman said about nano solar panels. So it is an amazing, one of the best application actually, because I used to remember, I remember carrying solar panels to, like a huge solar panels to school for my project, but this is just brilliant. So there are products available with nanomaterials, but it is more costly and it's simply not much.
Okay, okay. And one more question to you, Ma. Can you tell me in the research work related with the planetary research, any specific elements having more activity, like manufacturing the nano robots and making the suits? Is there any particular element, particular nano element or material?
The only composite we can come up with is carbon nanotubes. We can use carbon nanotubes for so many applications, like developing a spacecraft or even spacesuits. So carbon nanotube is efficient, yeah.
Okay, presently working is going on with the carbon nanotubes. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ma. And thank you, Anita. The next question is asked by the one of our participant to Tulasi Raman. Tulasi Raman?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
From the participant side, you have one question. Okay. Instead of semiconductors, can we use conductors in solar panels? If it's possible, then cost of solar panel will decrease very much low compared to semiconductors. Is it possible to use conductors? Is asking.
Actually, initially I just appreciate the question. It's a very quite good question. The two straightforward answer: conductors are not used in the solar cell because we all know what is conductor, right? It conducts electricity constantly. So, in order to make the solar cell, how do you get current? Because of the flow of electrons, right, in the circuit. So in order to make the flow of electrons in particularly towards the circuit, you need some driving force. So the driving force is given by an electric field, present in the semiconductors of the n-type semiconductor and p-type semiconductor. But in the case of conductors, the flow of electrons is completely random, so you can't control the flow of electrons. So that's why we simply use these semiconductors instead of conductors. So in the name itself, you can see the semiconductors, it won't conduct more and it won't conduct less. You can control the flow of electrons, but in the case of conductors, you can't control the flow. The movement of electron is completely random. But in the case of insulators, it won't conduct. So that's why I use these semiconductors in the case of solar cells. And also I want to add up some point that using the semiconductor is not a complete disadvantage of a solar cell in the case of cost. So many researches have been going on, and particularly my work in my master thesis was completely on third generation of solar cell. So that is actually of perovskite, let's say. So that is completely cheap, but our way of approaching that research and our development, that is completely stability. So initially, whatever the solar panels we see on the basic environment, like rooftops, you can see, right? So those are first generations. So that is the only first generation solar cell have come to the manufacturing part, and our field of like third generation and second generation didn't come to the manufacturing part, because it's going on research that we are improving the stability and with reducing the cost of using of solar panels. Yeah.
Thank you, Tulasi Raman. I hope our participants will satisfy with your wonderful answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Tulasi Raman. So thank you so much for all the panel members. Okay, so you are all give your opinions and give your sharing your knowledge about the Travaganza towards nano world. So as a conclusion, I'm concluding all the points given by our panel members. Okay, so Mr. Balaji gave a wonderful introduction about the nanomaterial and its size and how it can be synthesized and the application of the nanomaterial in medicine field. And as a continuation of Balaji, Ms. Anita Raj gave the application of nanomaterial in how it can be used in electric propulsion, nano robots, and particularly in the planetary area. Then Mr. Tulasi Raman continued the session with explaining about the manufacturing of solar cells at the nano scale, and also how it can be used and how it can be used in harnessing the energy. As a conclusion, Mr. Ananthakrishnan concluded, and he's also given the scope of nanotechnology. Still, we are in the growing path. We need to achieve many more things in the nano world. So he explained in a very good manner. So thank you all for your alumni and also all the participants for patient listening and also get benefited from their lecture. I thank once again the management and the Dean of Chemistry Department, Dr. S. Valliyamai, and Physics Department Head, Dr. MVL Kumari Ma'am, and Alumni Coordinators, Dr. Nithya Ma'am, and Dr. Swarnalatha Ma'am, Alumni Coordinator of Physics. And also, I thank all the alumni once again and participants who are all connected here. I hope this MGR Alumni Conclave is will be benefited to our budding physicist and a chemist. And also, it is going to be a platform. I hope this should continue every year to share our knowledge. Okay, thank you so much. Over to Brinda.
Thank you, ma'am. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. I would like to request Dr. MVL Kumari, HOD of Physics Department, to give the vote of thanks on behalf of everyone. Go ahead, ma'am.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. Any action is incomplete without sense of gratitude. It's my immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. First of all, I'll sincerely acknowledge with gratitude our founder and chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, and President, Engineer A.C.S. Arun Kumar sir for giving opportunity to conduct this event on a large scale. I acknowledge with gratitude our Vice Chancellor, Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi ma'am, Provost, Dr. G. Gopalakrishnan sir, and Rector, Dr. D. Vishwanathan sir. I also express my heartfelt gratitude to all executives of our university. I acknowledge with gratitude Joint Registrar, Events and Publication, Dr. L. Ramesh sir, for the support provided. I would like to thank our Joint Registrar, Phase 2 Campus, HNS, Dr. M. Prabhu sir, Dean, Academics, Phase 2 Campus, Dr. A.R. Arnachalam sir, and Dean, Admin, Phase 2 Campus, Dr. K. Sendil Kumar sir, for the support and encouragement provided. I also express my heartfelt gratitude to Deputy Dean Alumni, Ms. Kripa Devi ma'am, and Alumni Officer, Mr. P. Rajkumar sir, for the support provided. I acknowledge with gratitude Chemistry HOD ma'am, Dr. S. Valiamai ma'am, and Alumni Coordinators, Dr. R. Nitya ma'am of Chemistry Department, and Dr. N. Swarnalata ma'am of Physics Department, and Moderator Ms. M. Sashikala ma'am of Chemistry Department. I also thank our alumni speakers of today's session, Mr. R. Balaji, Ms. Anita Raj, and Mr. E. Tulasi Raman and Mr. A. Ananta Krishnan for their presentations. I acknowledge with gratitude all the faculties and technical team for the support and coordination provided. Last but not least, I thank all the students. Without them, this event would not be a grand success. Once again, I thank all for their contribution rendered for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yenar Narayanan Murthy said once, nobody is bothered about an institution more than its alumni. Thank you all for making this 13th day of Alumni Conclave successful. Now I request all the students to fill the feedback link given in the chat box to get the certificate. Please do that, students. I once again thank everyone for your patience and cooperation. Thank you all.